Hello, my name is Oracle Laura. I am a psychic and a medium. I'm located in Vancouver, BC, Canada. I've been using my gifts as a psychic and a medium for well over 30 years. Most of my life I've been using it, but I have been a psychic detective and working with the police and the missing persons for about 30 years. Some of the cases that I've worked on have been, I believe it's, I would start with the first one that started in Nanaimo, because I was living in Nanaimo at the time, and I had a dream. As a medium, some of the things that come to me are in dreams. I had a dream about a murder of a child, so it was very devastating for me, so I decided to tell my friends about it. And it was about a week or two later, we were all sitting outside and it came on the news. So a lot of my friends got very scared because they all looked up at me right away. They remembered my dream. They knew that that's what was on the news, and it was hard on them. So a lot of them didn't want to talk to me afterwards, but one of them in particular, his name was Brian, he recommended that I go to the police, and he was willing to go with me. So I gave in. I decided, okay, you know, maybe I'll start doing something with all these dreams and messages, and I went with him to the police. And it went okay. It went as I figured. Some of the police have a hard time dealing with psychics. So he did ask me if I did drugs, if I drank, which was of course no, no, no. And a lot of the information I gave them did come true. So that was the first one I worked on. That was in 1984. In about 1992, I was living in Surrey, and I had a dream about the woman that was missing, Melanie Carpenter. She had gone missing from a tanning salon on King George Highway. A man had kidnapped her. And the parents were on the TV, and they were saying that their daughter was missing. They had faith that she was still alive, and I knew she was dead. And I had a dream that she was on a ledge overlooking water off of a highway, and she was being stabbed by him several times. And when she was found, that's exactly where she was found. That's how she was found. That's how she was murdered. And they did find him. I believe it was in Quebec they found him afterwards. So it was very accurate. But because of the first experience, I was a little bit leery about going to the police that time, so I didn't go to the police on that one, and she was found. It was resolved in the end, so I didn't go forward on that one. So I dreamed about the Abbotsford killer next. I was at his home in the dream, and that one again, I didn't go forward. But the other ones I started to come forward on, because it doesn't go away, it just continues. And so I had a dream about Picton, and it was over a period of several years. There were several murders, and it was very detailed. And so I did come forward on that one, and I worked with the police on it, and it was resolved. And what was interesting was that I got jury duty notice several years later on it. So in a way, it's like the dead who came to me knew, I guess, that I was going to get the jury duty notice, and they knew that they should come to me. So that was very unusual that it would work that way. But I remember I told all my friends about the dreams, and so when it came into the news and the public found out, they called me immediately. They're saying, go get a paper, look at the front cover. Is that the farm in your dream? And I went out right away. I listened, and I got a paper, and it was indeed exactly. The barn was in the same location in my dream. The trailer was in the right location. Everything was exactly as it was in my dream. So I called them back, and I said, yep, that was it. That's the farm. And so that one was really interesting. I worked with missing persons as well, not just the police, but missing persons. And there was a girl that went missing, and they said I was right on 12 things, and they haven't found her, so it's a little bit disheartening sometimes, because you know, you do your best, you give all the information you can, and you hope that they'll find them. And so that one's still unresolved. Queen of the North, they came to me in a dream and showed me where their bodies were. So before everyone found out where they were located in the ferry, I already knew, because in my dream he showed me where they were laying and why they were laying there. And I worked with police in Mission as well for a boy who's still missing, but he did come to me in the dream before it was on the news. He showed me, you know, what happened. And so I worked with them on that one. I worked with the police as well on Angela Crossman, because she came to me before she died, and I think that one was a little bit quicker. That one was sort of almost within that week or the next few days, that one came into the news that she had been killed. Her body had been found. So again, before everyone else knew, I sort of knew how she died and who killed her. And that one was really sad, because I saw her, you know, I met her in my dream in the hospital, and then I was in his home and she showed me his suit from his closet with the curry stains on it. That one was really hard to deal with. I worked with them on Keenan Hubert. The only thing was, in my dream I thought it was spelled K-E-E-N-A-N, and it was in fact K-E-I. I told my boyfriend at the time, Rob, about the dream, so him and I both knew about it before it came onto the news. We were in his apartment watching TV, and the news came on, and he looked at me right away. He goes, "Oh my God, that's even the same name that was in your dream." And I'm like, "Yeah, and that's him." And so I worked with the police on that one, because there's still some information that was in my dream that hasn't happened yet. So that one's really hard to deal with because of that. And I worked at Stanley Park, and I had found a missing girl, and that one was good, because I listened to my sixth sense, as it's called. I listened to my instinct, and I heard what some people call an inner voice, and I knew exactly where she was, so I went immediately to where they said, and that's exactly where she was. And she was found in the parking lot talking to strangers. So that one, I was really happy I listened to my voice, because it could have just been a matter of seconds. Anything could have happened to her talking to strangers in a parking lot. So I'm just glad that I listened, and I detoured from where I was going, and I went the other direction, and I listened, and I found her. So that was good. What I would like to say at the end here is, it's been 30 years that I've been working with the police. I've been working with them since 1984, and I've had this gift for 47 years, and some of these cases are still not resolved, even though I came forward with the information, and sometimes I help them resolve things and they don't really get back to me. And I'd have to say that it has been disappointing, but I haven't given up, and I'm not going to. But it is disappointing that a lot of the people who do solve crime have a hard time working with people like me, and I feel it's such a waste, and it's very discouraging sometimes. But like I said, I'm not going to give up. But I really wish more people would use my abilities. I'm here to help, and I feel it's a waste. I have all these dreams. These dreams don't go away. They just increase. I have 10 dreams a night. I've been writing them down for about 20 years now, and it's not stopping. It's only increasing, and I really want to help. I really want people to believe, and I know it's difficult to want to believe in such a thing, and even I've had a hard time accepting it sometimes. But I feel it's a gift that we should all start to appreciate and understand more and use more. And it's just, like they said, a sixth sense. It's just another one of our senses. And I hope more people come to me and say, you know what, we need you. We would like to hear what you have to say, and we would like your input. Thank you very much for listening. Again, my name is Oracle Laura, Psychic and Medium, located in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Thank you.